In this section, we will learn object-oriented programming and its implementations. First, we will learn fundamental subjects of object-oriented programming, inheritance. Then we will learn method overriding. Then we will learn how to use super and this as keywords. Then we'll play around with how to use the final keyword. And then we're going to learn abstract classes. And then we will learn interfaces. And then we will learn polymorphism, which is not a religion. Then we will learn encapsulation. Inheritance. So inheritance is a fundamental concept of object-oriented programming. It's used when we have a is-a relationship between objects. In Java, all classes can inherit variables and methods from another class. Inheritance enables us to reuse existing code. So in our example, we have a superclass, vehicle. All vehicles have a type, model, and max speed. Also, all vehicles can start and stop, right? So this is the base class. Also, we have two classes that are named car and motorcycle. So the car and motorcycle classes are subclasses of vehicle. So we can use the extends keyword by the subclass to inherit the features of the superclass. So the car and motorcycle classes inherit variables and methods from the vehicle class. And there's no need to declare these variables or methods again for the car and motorcycle classes. The car class has its own variable that's named isAutomatic. And the motorcycle class has its own variable that is named motorType. So in the object-oriented programming project, just right-click on the source folder and select New Class. Specify the package name as Inheritance and the class name as Vehicle. So now let's start to write a program that prints the properties of subclasses by using inheritance. The vehicle class is a superclass. So let's declare 3 instance variables in the vehicle class. We declare 2 variables that are named type and model with string type, and the variable max speed with int type. Now let's declare a void type method, print, to display the values of type, model, and the max speed variables. And we'll use the print methods. So finally, we'll save that code. Okay, so now let's start to declare subclasses. Okay, so let's create a new subclass. Just right-click on the inheritance package and select New Class. Specify the class name as car. Now, in order to implement inheritance, we have to add the extends keyword after the subclass car. So our subclass car extends the superclass vehicle, and this just means that the subclass car inherits the print method and the variables from the superclass vehicle. So don't forget to save the code. Now, let's create another subclass. Right-click on the inheritance package and select New Class. Now specify the class name as motorcycle, our subclass motorcycle, extends the superclass vehicle. So this means that the subclass motorcycle inherits the print method and the variables from the superclass vehicle. And the motorcycle class is empty. And then finally, we can save the code. All right, so let's now create a new class for testing inheritance. So just right-click on the inheritance package and select New Class. Specify the class name as Inheritance Test, and then select the checkbox to add to the main method. So now, let's start to create a new car object. If you write car object and a dot operator, then you will see the variables max speed, model, and type, and the print method coming from the superclass vehicle. So let's assign car as a value to the type variable, Ferrari as the value to the model variable, and then add the value 320 to the max speed variable. Now let's call the print method from the superclass vehicle. Okay, so now let's run the code, and there you see the results in the console. Type is car, model is Ferrari, and the max speed is 320. All of these properties are inherited from the superclass vehicle. Perfect. So let's start to create a new motorcycle object, shall we? So you see the same properties and methods coming from the superclass vehicle. So let's assign motorcycle as the value to the type variable, Kawasaki as a value to model variable, and the value 180 to the max speed variable. And now let's call the print method from the superclass vehicle. Okay, so let's run the code, and you see the results right here in the console. Type, motorcycle, model, Kawasaki, and max speed 180. Excellent, excellent.